Hello, Shadow. I'm waiting for some more people to get into the chat before I start rambling. Hey, Val. How are you? Tiffany with 1F is here. I'm going to wait till a few more people show up. Everyone in the car. Can one of you guys tweet this on the Discord that I'm live? I'm actually shocked that this thing worked. Well, I already test rode it, so I'm going to give my thoughts. I'm going to give my thoughts on the bike. So I'm just waiting for more people to maybe show up. Oh, 3 people. Who else? We got Shadow, Tiff, and Val. Well, now 2 people. I can't go in the Discord and post it because then it would kick me out of the stream if one of you guys want to do it. The interior of my car is so dirty. What's up, Ari? I don't know how many people are actually in here. I don't think this is telling me in real time. So I don't know how many people are actually in this chat. Like the little number thing drops like from 3 to 2 to 1. It was posted in Discord. All right. So maybe we'll get some more people. I'll head back. It's funny, I'm actually like 2 minutes from Nathan's place. Yeah, so everyone knows in the Discord I was going to test ride a 2013 Moto Guzzi V7 Racer, which I take a look at it. The rear cowl on the back, it looked like he took it off and then dropped it because it was scuffed, which that annoyed me right off the bat. And then he also put an aftermarket exhaust on it, and the aftermarket exhaust was just, it was too loud. Like, it was just too loud for me. I don't want to buy a motorcycle that's going to fucking piss off the neighbors every time I start it. I just don't, you know. My Honda's not very loud. So that was kind of annoying because then I would have to go back to a stock exhaust. So there was that. And then I test rode it, and it's got a lot of torque. Like it'll pull you, you know, like that fucking thing will take off in first gear on you. But it's very controllable. It's an enjoyable ride. It handles very differently than my 50-year-old bike, of course. My 50-year-old bike, I can whip around everywhere because it's so light. This one, you know, you got to kind of take your time with it. But it rode great. It was smooth. The power was great. There were these slight vibrations in my left hand, in the handlebar, and it was driving me crazy. But it was just like low vibrations throughout the entire ride. And I know if I rode that thing for like a half an hour, it would drive me nuts. Like, it would just annoy the shit out of me that there's this just low-level vibration happening in the handlebars. And I know that's because of the engine they have. They have this V-twin engine where it's not this way on the bike, it's this way, which is, you know, what makes Moto Guzzi different than other ones. So there was that. You know, I got it up to about, I didn't take it on the freeway. Got up to about 45 or something like that. It rode great. Like, it was, you know, it's comfortable. The pegs were way too far back. I'd have to move them forward a little bit. But shifter was nice. Everything was good. I found neutral every time. It just, I rode it, but I didn't like fall in love with it. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is like the best, you know, like visually, yes. Visually, you can't go wrong with it. Like, visually, everyone's going to compliment you on the bike everywhere you go because it's gorgeous. But the fact that the cowl was all scuffed up, which means I'd have to go buy a new cowl, and those are like $300. It annoys me when people don't take care of their machines that they purchase. So, you know, I test rode it. I rode it around down here in Glendale, and I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't fall in love with it. Like, I liked it, and I wanted to fall in love with it, but it was too. I don't know if it was my inexperience as a rider, but it felt like I kept vibrating even after I got off the bike. You know, like, it's got a lot of personality, that's for sure. And I understand people's love for Moto Guzzis. I also understand that some people. What is this guy doing? Is he drunk? I also understand that even in a pandemic, people drive like the biggest assholes. I understand that some people don't like the V7 Racer. They like the V7 Stone or the V7 Special more than the Racer. So that guy has that orange and white V7 Special that he's selling for $5,000 down south in LA, and that's still listed on Craigslist, so he hasn't sold it yet. And that was $1,000 cheaper, and that thing was in excellent condition. So I might go test ride that, you know, because I really do like the Moto Guzzi. Like, I like the bike. I just didn't like this bike. I hated that exhaust. I don't know why somebody would put a super loud fucking exhaust on their motorcycle. You know, I guess it wasn't that loud, but it was too loud for me. I thought it was a stock exhaust, and I guess it wasn't. Like, I don't, you know, the guy, it only had 600 miles on it, and the guy puts an aftermarket exhaust on it already. Like, kind of weird. I mean, I know some people do that right off the bat, but. So I told the salesman, I was like, all right, you know, I'll think about it. I'll let you know. Yeah, so I did not get thank God I didn't buy the one that was in Pennsylvania. I almost bought it because my Juke, I bought it without ever having sat in a Juke ever. I bought it online, got the loan, purchased it from a dealership in San Jose, flew out there and drove it back. And I'd never sat in a Juke before, but I had just done so much research on the car, and I'm a big Nissan fan that I knew I'd like it, and I love it. Like, I love my Juke. I love this thing. It's super fun. And I was hoping to get the same with the Moto Guzzi. And I like that it's quirky and characteristic, but dude, that vibration in the left hand, just as slight as it was, like, not even my 50-year-old fucking Honda does that shit. So it was kind of, but I know that's a characteristic of the engine, but I just wonder how much that would really bother me after a while of riding it. So I didn't get it. I honestly I didn't even sleep last night. I barely slept. I didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. because I was so anxious about the bike today. And because I was ready to buy it. I was ready to just purchase it. And it was, you know, it felt good. It's comfortable. And, you know, man, it's a pretty fucking bike. It really is. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm too used to my old bike, and I wonder if that's the problem. Because now I kind of want to go home and go ride my Honda, just to kind of compare. Like I kind of want to ride that around Burbank for a little bit. So I don't know. I was up in the like. I don't buy things. I have to love them to justify spending the money on it. And it sucks because this really was like my dream bike. And my cousin had one. He had this exact model. He was like, "Oh my god, it's a cool bike," but it was in the shop every other fucking month. Kept breaking down on me. But I think my cousin just rides shit like really hard. Like he doesn't. I've ridden in his truck and I wanted to throw up because he brakes and accelerates like he's playing a video game. So it might have been the rider too, but you know, it might just be my inexperience as a motorcycle rider. I've only been riding for a year, but my Honda is too slow and it's or the engine. But if it didn't have that little vibration, because I don't want my wrist to get fucked up later. You know, my wrist when I took the CHP course and we learned on those Hondas, or I'm sorry, the Harley Davidsons, my wrist was fucking killing me after taking that course. And it might have been from gripping it too on this motorcycle, but that vibration in my wrist I was wondering if that's just going to be a problem later, you know. So, I really wanted to fall in love with that fucking thing, and I didn't. I'm kind of bummed out by it. Yeah, I could buy it, and the more I ride it, the more I'm going to love it. And everybody that buys a Moto Guzzi loves theirs. So, you know, I know it's just a quirk thing. Why is there so much traffic? Because guys like me are riding motorcycles. We're testing them out, George. Yeah. I wonder if that's why that bike hasn't sold yet. He's only had it for a week, but it's the prettiest bike in the shop. But I wonder if people are just like, oh god, the cowl's fucked up, and it had more than one scratch on there too. It had quite a few scratches on the cowl. At least the gas tank was nice, but that exhaust really pissed me off that there was an aftermarket exhaust on there because they didn't list it that there was. I think I'm gonna go home and then just put my helmet on and go ride the Honda around for a little bit. Yeah, it kind of bums me out because I'm approved for a loan. It's good for another 10 days. So I could hit up this dude and go test ride his Moto Guzzi tomorrow. I'm glad that I rode one. I've never ridden a Moto Guzzi. I've always wanted to ride one, so I'm glad I got to test ride it. He had a whole path laid out where the test ride where you go on the freeway and everything. I'm like, I ain't going on the freeway, dude. Ain't happening. I will not be a freeway rider for a while on a motorcycle. I just don't. I'm sure I'll be fine, but it's just other people. I just don't want to get hit going 60 miles an hour. I don't want to get hit going 30 miles an hour, but I especially don't want to get hit on a fucking freeway. Cornering was a little different, but I could get used to it. That's just, you know, I just never been on the bike before, that's all. So, it's a nice bike. Maybe I just won't get that V7 racer. Maybe there's another V7 racer in my future, and it's not that one. You know? So, oh well. I do like that guy's orange and white one. That one's really nice. That had the LED lights that I posted on Discord. That one was really cool. That one was also I believe it was in 2013, but it was a special. So yeah. All right, I'm back at home. Just wanted to give a quick update because I had been talking about this motorcycle for like fucking forever. And I finally went and test rode it, and I wish I would have loved it. I didn't. I'm still thinking about it. I mean, who knows? Like, maybe I would still get it, but I don't know. I'm the kind of person that if I don't... God, look at these seats. I mean, the fucking Recaro seats in a Juke is ridiculous by itself, but they're just so... They're so comfortable. I thought I would hate these seats when I first sat in it, and I was like, oh my God. These are the most comfortable seats. I feel fantastic when I get out of it. Like, everything's aligned. Like, these seats alone are $5,000. In the Nismo RS version, the fucking seats alone are $5,000 of the price of the Juke. So, I'm gonna go bike riding later today in Griffith Park with my friend. She's gonna come by. So, what's going on in the comments? Oh, I can't see any of your comments. Why? Of course I can't. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I don't know how many of you were in here because the Streamlabs app sucks balls. So, I'll talk to you in the Discord. Adios.